Thank you so much, and I appreciate you doing this.
Scott Kreiner, the head coach of the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies, with us here on the radio tonight. And, of course, his team will travel over to Pocatello and take on the Highland Rams tomorrow. That game is supposed to be played tonight. That'll be tomorrow. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game as we're down to the Final Four, Dave Burnett. And we'll talk more about this Lake City and Mountain View game here coming up. But they're ready to go. The teams are out there. The field is as good a condition as it's going to be.
Yeah, because let's be honest, it will get worse as we go on, as they get out there and start trouting around. In fact, the best thing that could happen with temperatures now, to around 27, 28 degrees, it'll start firming that field up as it freezes just a bit. If it were 33, 34, 35, it would turn into a mud hole because you and I both know they call this place the beach because of all the sand mixed in with the mud. It would get bad. So really, cold temperatures might help firm this whole thing up.
Lake City, of course, coming into this game after beating Capital in overtime last week up there in Lake City. And it's a long trip down. They're here. They're ready to play. So we've got a great game that we think we're going to have here tonight. We're going to be back. We'll talk with Michael Alvaron, who is a linebacker for the Mountain View Mavericks. All of that coming up. You are listening to Playoff Football right here on 630 The Fan, and we'll be back with more on our pregame show right after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
Looking to save a little money this year? Visit mybullfrog.com, your local trusted Verizon
Dave,
wireless retailer, and switch your home phone service now. For as little as $20 a month, you can keep your existing home phone, same number, and enjoy unlimited long-distance calls. This service is packed with your favorite calling features like caller ID, call waiting, and three-way calling. Visit any of their Treasure Valley locations for more information. Shop local and stay connected. Learn more at mybullfrog.com.
We love Mountain West Bank almost as much as we love Treasure Valley High School football.
Did you know that when you open a totally free checking account, you get a free gift? And it's a very nice free gift, too.
We also got our new home loan there at a very competitive rate.
Which ties in nicely with their proud support of Treasure Valley High School football because, you know, they're both really competitive.
Mountain West Bank. Love where you bank.
And your team.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
I know you can see me. I'm bright yellow, and if I'm lit up, you can't pass emissions. Oh, bummer.
There's a reason your check engine light is on. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair can figure out why and fix it. The Fairview store specializes on emission issues, while the shop on 36th in Garden City can handle just about any kind of vehicle repair. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair is a proud member of the Business Champions Club, supporting students in Idaho. Learn more at BoiseMufflerShop.com, where it's lights out for Mr. Check Engine Light.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning. Want some good stats this season? Get DirecTV's 2014 NFL Sunday Ticket. That's every game, every Sunday, included at no extra charge. Put your money on DirecTV. Call your local dealer now. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Switch to DirecTV today and start enjoying the nation's #1 satellite TV service. Call Satellite Systems at 344-3474.
Requires 24-month agreement and choice package or above. Includes out-of-market games only. NFL offer valid through 12/27/14. New approved customers only. 2015 NFL Sunday Ticket renews at full price. Other conditions apply. Call for details.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
Back here at the chilly Maverick Stadium, Wayne Dizzy back along with Dave Burnett, and it is Mountain View getting ready to take on Lake City in a semifinal 5A state playoff game. The winner will take on the winner of tomorrow's Highland.
Something you take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, that's always great to know that we allow very little points to the other team, and it's just because we're working hard and doing what we've been taught.
A lot of big interceptions the other day against Madison. It sends a message.
Yeah, it's that's just our players doing what they do best, and we're able to read the Madison quarterback pretty good.
Now you lead this team in tackles. Tell me about your season so far. You're a senior. You're one of the captains.
Yeah, it's been an interesting season. I've had a lot of fun, and the tackles are always great. I've had a couple of injuries, but I managed to get past them.
Now you're going to play with one now, I think, though. But you're just going to put a wrap on it and go just
1 minute.
Going to play. You're a linebacker, so you got to be tough, right?
Yeah, I'm going to club it up and just see what happens with that, have some fun.
What do you know about Lake City? They come down here after going to overtime against Capital up there, but anytime you play a team from up north, they seem to have some talent.
Yeah, they've always been big, but we're playing at home on the beach, so it'll be fun.
Now, you call it the beach. Why is that?
It's just full of sand.
You guys like playing on that? I mean, obviously you're using that to your advantage now, huh?
Yeah, it's fun to play
30
on.
30 seconds.
And, we all got used to it, so it doesn't really affect us. And then it's always fun to throw some sand at people.
Let me ask you this, and linebackers do that, I know. Let me ask you about this. You guys, senior year, you're one win away from being in a state championship game. I mean, could you have dreamt this at the beginning of the year?
Honestly, not really. I mean, in the very beginning, we weren't playing to our fullest, but as the year progressed, we really started getting a hold of what our full potential is and started working harder.
Alberon, the linebacker for the Mavericks, talking about his defense, and he said he likes to throw sand in people's face. Well, forget it tonight because it's not the beach anymore. It's kind of like the frozen pond.
That is exactly. Maybe throw snowballs, but I think you get tossed out of the game if you're throwing snowballs.
You got to love it, man. So I tell you what, we're getting ready to go here. Judd Benedict, the head coach of the Mavericks, will talk to us about his team, what his team has to do to win this game. They've got the home field advantage. He thinks that's huge, but he's got this team 8-2 after a 1-2 start of all things. So they're on a 7-game win streak, and they know that Lake City comes in here, a tough team. We'll talk to Judd Benedict, the head coach of the Mavericks, when our pregame show continues as we get ready for Lake City and Mountain View right here in the 5A semifinals on 630 The Fan.
Pro Image Sports is the source for everything for the sports fan. NFL, NBA, college, and Major League Baseball gear from Nike, New Era, and more. Boise Town Square, Karcher Mall, Nampa, and the Village at Meridian. Pro Image Sports is a one-stop shop for every fan in your family, with hundreds of teams and thousands of items. Pro Image Sports is the source for all team name gear. Locally owned and serving the Treasure Valley with 3 locations. Boise Town Square, brand new Village at Meridian, and the Karcher Mall in Nampa.
We love Mountain West Bank almost as much as we love Treasure Valley High School football.
Did you know that when you open a totally free checking account, you get a free gift? And it's a very nice free gift, too.
We also got our new home loan there at a very competitive rate.
Which ties in nicely with their proud support of Treasure Valley High School football because, they're both really competitive.
Mountain West Bank. Love where you bank.
And your team.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
When it comes to TV, we have one simple question. If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Not only will you find the same channels you know and love for less, Dish sweetens the deal with free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at Home. You can also save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. And of course, Dish is home to award-winning technology like Hopper and Dish Anywhere. Why would you ever pay more for TV? Switch to Dish and see what real value is. Free HD for 24 months, premium channels free for 3 months, scores of movies with Blockbuster at Home, plus extra savings when you bundle with DishNet high-speed internet service. Get more for less with Dish. Call Anything Wireless, your Dish authorized retailer. 954-5400 for details. That's 954-5400.
Limited time offer. Separate 24-month commitments and termination fees apply. Restrictions include credit qualification and auto pay and paperless billing. DishNet not available in all areas. Call for details.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
Again, a winter wonderland in the Treasure Valley, more suited for the Winter Olympics and skiing and snowmobiling and all that kind of good stuff. Of course, they don't have snowmobiling in the Olympics, do they?
No, I think that's the exports.
Okay.
But it is, there's competition at it.
Well, okay, but maybe they should have snowboarding.
Well, they were looking at golf in the Summer Olympics. They may as well have, snow machines.
Snow machines. What the heck? No, it is a winter wonderland here, but they've done a great job here at Maverick Stadium. Everybody out here today just trying to, they put the call out for anybody who has a snow blower, a plow, you name it, come out here and help them. And they got this field cleared of about 8 inches of snow, and that's moving a lot of snow, Dave.
Well, as you look at it on either end of the field, there are mountains of snow there, which, by the way, because of a technicality, we are not streaming the game tonight, but we will be putting up scoring highlights online for you to watch at. And so we'll get some of the images of the mountains of snow for Mountain View.
Oh, absolutely. And what I like here is
hungry. And at some point when you start playing well, it catches on and it catches fire, and they probably believe that they're better than they are, and they play above their heads because of that. Everybody just has that confidence now that the guy next to him is going to get it done, and I'm going to do my job, because if I don't, I'm letting them down, and it's just really become contagious.
Lake City comes in here. They went to overtime with Capital, but won that game. What does Lake City bring to the table?
Boy, they're really explosive on offense. They've got kind of a three-headed monster. Their quarterback's a big kid that runs the ball well and throws the ball well, and he makes all the right decisions. And then they've got two, I guess I'll call them scat backs for lack of a better term, but they move number 10 around a lot. I think his name is Jerry Louis McGee, and they also have number 15, and those two guys are as explosive as anybody I've seen all year on offense.
This has got to be fun for you. I mean, this is something coaches work for. Here you are with this team. At one point, you were 1-2 on the year. We talked about that last week, and now here you are, a win away from a state title game. Your thoughts on that?
It's kind of unbelievable. You know, we've just we told ourselves we were going to try and get better every week, and you take one at a time, and you win one, and then you win another, and pretty soon, you know, you've won. I think it's 7 in a row now. And, it's just been a great ride, and to be in this spot, a chance to play in the semifinal game is just it's an amazing adventure, and we like to keep it going.
Gotta love the fact the coach says, I think we've won like 7 in a row. You've won 7 in a row, Coach Judd Benedict.
You've got it etched on the fridge at home,
yeah.
man.
Hey, one thing I noticed here tonight, they've got 4 propane burners, actually 5 propane burners out there. And what's neat about it, they've got them on this side for the players for Mountain View, and they've got them on the far side for Lake City as well. So everybody's going to have those propanes out there. And, it's kind of funny. It's one of those things where if you're a real football player, do you use the heater or do you stay away from it?
It's funny, and I said to you earlier before we went on the air watching them warm up, I said they didn't take the Boise State
service now. For as little as $20 a month, you can keep your existing home phone, same number, and enjoy unlimited long-distance calls. This service is packed with your favorite calling features like caller ID, call waiting, and 3-way calling. Visit any of their Treasure Valley locations for more information. Shop local and stay connected. Learn more at mybullfrog.com.
We love Mountain West Bank almost as much as we love Treasure Valley High School football.
Did you know that when you open a totally free checking account, you get a free gift? And it's a very nice free gift, too.
We also got our new home loan there at a very competitive rate.
Which ties in nicely with their proud support of Treasure Valley High School football because, they're both really competitive.
Mountain West Bank. Love where you bank.
And your team.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Honey, my hands are full. Can you grab that?
Hello? It's me. I am freaking out a little. Guess what we have to get? A new furnace. Yay! I still don't know how we're going to pay for our trip down to Vegas for Jenny's wedding this fall. There's the research, the calling back, the bids. Nobody's got time for that. Did I mention I am freaking out? Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Jones. So, do you want to talk to my mom?
Yeah.
So my boyfriend's parents had Ultimate Heating install a new system this summer. They said it was like crazy simple.
Crazy what? You're not saying I'm crazy.
Yeah, I'll get my mom now.
Hi, this is Lisa with Ultimate Heating and Air. Our job is more than making you comfy. With just one call, we'll take the worry out of an unplanned expense and make it as simple as possible. It's actually why we have our 4 seasons guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied with your heating and air conditioning system, we'll give you your money back. Call 321-8663 and ask about our rebates and special financing. Or visit us online at ultimateheatingandair.com.
The ultimate heating and air.
KFXD Boise.
I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
Your station for Dan Patrick is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
Once in a while, the guys on top of the booth here, they'll kick some snow off the top and it comes flying down, and into our booth and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then they'll start thinking it's snowing. It's like, wait, it's snowing now.
Well, we have opened the windows here in increments. We have, all during the pregame, we were very careful, and as Lake City comes running out onto the field. On the other hand,
$20 a month, you can keep your existing home phone, same number, and enjoy unlimited long-distance calls. This service is packed with your favorite calling features like caller ID, call waiting, and 3-way calling. Visit any of their Treasure Valley locations for more information. Shop local and stay connected. Learn more at mybullfrog.com.
The signal dropped out. This went away, so.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
All right, we are back here. I guess the cold come up and bit us, huh? A little bit there with a little dropout.
We've had a couple of technical issues this evening. One with some video that we're recording to put back online, and now with our broadcast. But we're back. We're okay.
Good. We're okay. It's good to know we didn't go anywhere. We never left, but you left us for a while. What we're talking about is really the schedule that's going here. Mountain View now out on the field. You know what's interesting? Lake City's been out here since the 5-minute mark, and so Mountain View just came out here 3 minutes later. I don't know. Tonight is a night where it's about 27 degrees, where that could bother you a little bit, just standing out there, standing around. You want to get going. Once you get going, you don't worry about it.
Yeah, one of the tough parts, we were talking about this before the game as well, and that this will be a memory these kids will take with them forever.
Practice, it was absolutely pouring, and the coach said, we're staying out here till we get it right. I had more fun that day than you could imagine. We were sliding around, we were jumping around, we were just having fun.
Well, it will be a memory that will last forever for these kids. We're like a minute and a half now on the clock away from the start of this game. But, I guess this is the only game in town, by the way, tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about that when I think we dropped out. So let's get back to that. The Rocky Mountain Highland game is supposed to be played tonight over at Holt Arena. It was rescheduled till tomorrow at 5:30. So this is the only game in town because Bishop Kelly was supposed to host Rigby. Rigby couldn't make it over here from Eastern Idaho. So that game's been moved to 1 p.m. tomorrow at Bishop Kelly.
This is, by the way, I just noticed, one thing we have going on tonight, there are more TV stations out here than I have seen the whole season.
They've got nothing else to cover. This is the only game. This is it right here. We're down really to the final four. Rocky, Highland, Lake City, and Mountain View, and it's down to that. And again, I mentioned that if Mountain View wins this game, the championship game for 5A will be played at Bronco Stadium. If Lake City wins it, then all bets are off. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, one of the Boise teams has to win.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes from there. And again, we've talked about this for the guys at Rocky Mountain. Coach Greiner heading over there. That is a tough nut to crack, going into Holt Arena and playing Highland on their home field. It's tough to do. They're in better shape this year to do it than they were last year.
Oh, they are, no question about it. I think the big thing going over there, it's kind of a little bit of a mental thing. Yes, you're playing in Holt Arena, but it also has to do with the Highland Rams. They are awfully good, and every year and year in, year out, they seem to come up with some really good ball players.
I do want to remind you of one thing. If you're tuning in for the Vandal basketball game, which will be coming up at 7:30, that's going to be played on our sister station on KIDO 580, and we'll air that at 7:30.
Yeah, that's one thing we can talk to. We got the Vandal game coming up later tonight. Boise State started tonight. They're down playing San Diego at the LMU Classic.
And they were ahead at half, I know.
Okay, and then the BSU women are playing tonight, 7 o'clock against Montana State. So there's a lot going on in the Valley. And the Stampede open up their season tonight. They're taking on Erie and Roberto Bergeson.
Yep.
A long-time Boise State standout, and he played with the Stampede forever, will be honored tonight. Here, it's going to be Lake City kicking off, and they'll be going right to left, and it's going to be Mountain View receiving this kickoff here tonight.
Lake City is in white with gray pants. They got the gray numbers. Again, going to be tough to see the numbers. And Mountain View in the traditional dark navy blue with their gray and green numbers.
I think really this field tonight really does favor the offense on both teams because, you know where you're going on offense, and so you can make that defender slip very easily if you make a good move. I think the other thing you got to remember is that the ball, because it's so cold here tonight, is going to be very hard.
Learn more at mybullfrog.com.
We dropped out again. Okay.
All right, I'll send you guys back.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
All right, we are back here again. That interception by Corey Cook. And here comes Lake City. And right off the get-go right there, the quarterback, Michael Goggin, takes it up for about 5-yard gain on first down. He's the 2-yard line.
Well, a big turnover to start the game out right off the bat, so we'll see how much of a factor that plays and if it's going to plague both sides of these teams playing tonight.
2nd down and 5, Goggin at quarterback. He's got Jerry Louis McGee, the running back, to his right now. He moves over to his left. Lone setback. 2 wide receivers in the pattern. They throw out to the right side. The pass is off target, but it's picked up. A nice catch and running down the sidelines and down at the 10-yard line. A nice play, a nice pickup there by number 15. That's Connor Newby.
Well, they're right down into the red zone now. Very dangerous for the Mavericks. They don't want to start in the hole, but that's exactly what they're looking at unless the defense begins to get a handle on this.
You know, that pass did not look like it was accurate from Goggin, but Newby just ran it down and then ran it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're going to put it right at the 11-yard line, so it's still 1st down and 10 from the 11. and they were missing a player, so player checks in late.
Boy, you don't want to be doing that in playoff football.
No, not at all. Got Scott Helper comes in the ball game. They send a man in motion. That's Newby. Looking for Newby. They throw it out to him. Left side. Newby trying to get around the outside. He's going down the sidelines. And he is going to be out of bounds at about the 5.
Yeah, just a couple yards short.
Pushed out of bounds.
So it's going to be second down and about 2.
Penalty flag on the play.
And there's a penalty flag. We didn't see that. Holding is going to be called against Lake City.
All right, a bit of a break for the Mavericks as that one will come back. Plus some.
It's at the spot of the foul. Got to come back.
Do apologize. We've had a couple of outages here that dropped us out for a few seconds, so we do apologize for that tonight.
Back at the 20-yard line where it'll be, let's call it first down and 19. Original line of scrimmage is at the 11-yard line. Goggins. They got Newby in motion. They fake it to him and hand it up the middle. And that's Jerry Louis McGee, and McGee gets down to about the 15.
Well, for Lake City, they're just depending on those big hogs up front, the linemen, just to push their way and see how far they can get with it, but didn't get much out of the Mavericks this time.
About a 5-yard gain. Second down and 14. Ball right at the 15-yard line.
Gain of 7, second down and 13.
From the shotgun again, Goggin the quarterback. He's got Louis McGee now. He's got Newby in motion. They hand it off to Newby, and Newby trying to get around right side. He gets a little bit of a crease, and he's knocked down right there.
Nice defense that time. The defensive end strung that thing out, made him go and really have to go out to try to make the corner on it.
Gets it to the 10-yard line, so that'll bring up a big third down play, third down and 8. They can get a first down right at the 2.
Third down and 8.
Remember, kicking a field goal tonight would be an adventure at best.
Yeah, we watched it in practice. It didn't go all that well.
Goggin from the shotgun, Louis McGee to his right. He's got 3 receivers kind of stacked to the near side on a third down and 8 from the 10-yard line. No score, just underway here at Maverick Stadium, 9:27 to go, first quarter, semifinal playoff action, 5A. Rolling to the right, Goggin. He pitches it out to McGee. McGee gets nowhere. They had that one, the Maverick defense did, all the way.
Yeah, Mavericks, they played the option on that perfect. One guy, the defensive end, contained the quarterback, and he said, hey, got a pitch, I'm out of room. And much as Boise State did in that second half in the game, they were able to make it string out a little bit further so that the guy, when he got the pitch, he had nowhere to go.
So fourth down, and again, we're talking about any kind of a field goal being an adventure here, but they're going to go to that adventure, I guess.
Well, we watched beforehand, and it looked like he could have made a 30-yard field goal, and that's kind of what he's looking at right now.
Yeah,
so
Casey Borg, 29-yard field goal attempt.
He's on the edge of his limit.
And it's blocked. And the Mavericks come up with it, and they've got it at the 15-yard line. So a big block, a big stand by that best defense in the 5A ranks.
Not
does now. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, which is the side that the Lake City sideline is on. Back to pass, has time. Now looks, throws underneath the coverage, drop. He had a man right there, right at the first down marker, and it was dropped.
Isaac Christensen on the defense on that time and hit him just as the ball got there. But I think, Wayne, that's kind of that case where that ball is cold and hard.
Yeah, Joe Ferris was there, and Joe Ferris made some great catches last week, and would have been close. Fourth down, and so Collingham steps back a few. He's the punter. Almost got it blocked. A very low kick, but it takes a really big bounce. Bounces right into the hands of the Lake City player, and he's going back the other way. Look at this. He's got some running room. 40 down to the 30, right side down to the 25-yard line and out of bounds, and a big play right there after he picked up the ball, and that's Louis McGee.
You know, Wayne, we said right before the whole thing started, you're not going to be able to arm tackle. In these kind of conditions, you're going to have to make a good, solid tackle. We had several arm tackles. Garrett Collingham, by the way, making the tackle, saving that touchdown.
Jerry Louis McGee just kind of picked that up. I mean, it took a great bounce, and he could have let it bounce, but they got a block in the back. A block in the back. It's impossible to see the flags on the field tonight.
It is. For some reason, you'd think yellow would stand out pretty good, but it's hard to see them.
So it's going to bring it way back But Jerry Louis McGee that time, instead of letting it roll all the way down inside the 20, picked it up and went down the sidelines. And the block in the back came at the 40. That's where they're going to mark it off. So they're going to be back, instead of down at the 15-yard line the other way, they're going to be at their own 25. And they're going to mark it at the 30 now, so at their own 31.
Never having returned kicks of any sort. Did you in college or high school return kicks?
No.
I was kind of curious as to how disappointing that is. You make it all that way, and then somebody blocks in the back.
I did in high school a little bit, but never like Louis McGee just did. All right, here we go. Goggins hands it off up the middle. Louis McGee again, kind of just winding his way up the middle. He gets about 5 yards, so he doesn't look like he's getting much there, but he's always going forward. Newby split wide to the left, along with Colin Hunter. Goggin, and now timeout. Oh, the scoreboard just went, so maybe the scoreboard just went black.
Dead. Maybe it's a similar problem to what we've been having here.
Yep. So the scoreboard, all the numbers are gone. It's out.
I hope it wasn't that plug I just pulled out.
Is it the space heater that you plugged in?
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, we'll be in big trouble here if that happens.
All right, so we'll see what happens. Last week, if you remember, we had light issues, and this week, scoreboard issues.
Yeah, they got all the lights. All the lights are on here tonight. And, of course, what's really interesting is with the snow on the field and stuff like that,
It's bright.
It's bright. So it's very bright out there. That's not the problem this week. But now the problem is that the scoreboard has gone dark. And, again, no score. We're in the first period. Don't know exactly how much time left, but no score for sure.
Somewhere we got a maintenance guy who went, good. Lights are on, field's up, game's good.
I'm going to go home,
I'm
yeah.
going to sit back, put my feet up, and have some coffee, and the scoreboard goes dead.
Yeah, this is the life of an engineer. This kind of stuff happens all the time. Let's take a little bit of a break here as they try to figure out what to do. You know what? They still got them lined up. They could probably go ahead and keep the time on the field. Yeah. So let's just hold it here just to see what they try to do. The officials are over talking with Judd Benedict. And now they're going to take both teams off the field. So we'll take a 1-minute timeout and kind of gather our thoughts about ourselves here. Again, the scoreboard is down, and there's no score here in the first period. We'll be back after this. More semifinal playoff action from Mountain View High School after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
We love Mountain West Bank almost as much as we love Treasure Valley High School football.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that when you open a totally free checking account, you get a free gift? And it's a very nice free gift, too.
We also got our new home loan there at a very competitive rate.
Which ties in nicely with their proud support of Treasure Valley High School football because, they're both really competitive.
Mountain West Bank. Love where you bank.
And your team.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
Welcome back, everybody. Wayne DeCue back along with Dave Burnett here at a snowy Maverick Stadium, the home of the Mountain View Mavericks, and the scoreboard is still down. And
you know what else?
What's that?
There's no PA announcer.
Oh, he's been up. He's been saying he's been saying a few things. Yeah.
I thought maybe it's him because I was waiting for the announcement saying, with the person who has the space heater plugged in under the table.
Yeah, I'm going to tell on you, that's for sure. Although I'm telling you right now, it's under your table, and it's not doing me very much good over here.
No, it's not doing much good over here.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
The wind blowing through the windows, that's knocking all of that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's supposed to be even colder tomorrow. Well, actually about 28 for a high tomorrow, so probably about the same.
Could have been different, though.
Yeah.
We could have been at Donald Larson on the roof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That would have been bad.
It's a pretty brisk wind coming out of the southwest right now, and as you can see, it's blowing probably about 10 miles an hour, so the wind chill's got to be down there in the teens for sure.
Yep, you can definitely see the breadth of the players. By the way, we will have video highlights of the game, the scoring highlights for you.
Defenders down there, the pass was intended for Brandon Dotson. Dotson, a big kid, but he couldn't find a handle. He's a 6'3", the tight end.
That is the case again, Wayne, where the weather and the field conditions might make a difference. On a normal field, he might have been right under that, but you just can't make your legs move quite as fast when it's cold and icy.
Second down and 10 from the 43 again. No score here, first period. Again, the scoreboard is down, so we don't know how much time left in the first period, but officials are keeping it on the field. Scoreboard just came back and said 7:07. I don't know if that's right or not, so we'll see. Handoff to Louis McGee. Jerry Louis McGee. He gets about 5 right up the middle, and he's right at midfield. So it'll be second down and 5 at midfield.
And you were laughing at the guy with the ladder and the hammer. He got it working.
He did. Well, it's kind of semi-working. We'll see.
Score's right. It's 0-0. We know that.
Yeah, they're still working on the clock. Officials are going to tell them what the time is.
All right, so everybody's going to kind of take a little stretch here.
3rd down and about 4.
We're at 5:48.
Okay, 5:48, trips to the near side. They've got the scoreboard working. Now we can go again. No score again. 5:48 to go first period. Goggin at quarterback. McGee to his right at the running back slot. No receivers to the far side, but 3 here to the near side, kind of in a triangle formation. And now Newby goes in motion to the right. They hand it off up the middle to McGee, and McGee winds his way. He's got a first down by about a foot.
Foot by foot, yard by yard, that's what Lake City's doing, is they're making their way up the field slowly but surely, but using up the clock, moving the ball.
Ball's at the 47-yard
47-yard line now is where the ball is. Now they're into Maverick territory, first down. And again, we've got some equipment on the field. The official runs it out there. We have a timeout. So a little bit of everything going on tonight. It's funny how the cold, the snow, and everything kind of affects stuff. But, so far I haven't seen a whole lot of slippage, Dave.
No, the footing's been pretty good.
Yeah. Goggin back to pass, throws it out to McGee. McGee catches it in the flat. McGee's got some yardage down inside the 40, down to about the 39-yard line, and that's close to yet another first down for Lake City.
On that play, you could really see, and you talked about McGee, about his mobility, very quick feet, quick footwork, just ganging up on him, pushing him back.
Again, like I said, I think the advantage tonight on a field like this that's icy and a little bit slippery goes to the offense. So 3rd down and 1, and they've been going right at the middle with McGee. We haven't seen the quarterback Goggin run much. He does run quite a bit.
Linebackers pushed up toward the line for the Mavericks, and so they changed the play.
Coming up under center, and there goes the quarterback on a quarterback keeper, and he's got the first down. Nothing like it.
That was a nice call.
Yeah. He just kind of, Goggin was standing in a shotgun formation, and at the last second, got up under center and took the snap right away and got 2 yards.
Yeah, I think that one took the Maverick totally by surprise. They just didn't see that coming at all.
So ball's at the 35-yard line, the Maverick 35. Again, no score. Clock continues to run. 4:48 to go first period of the semifinal 5A playoff game here at Maverick Stadium on a cold, chilly night. But it stopped snowing. Back to pass. Goggin looking right. Throws underneath to his big tight end, and he's got it. And he is down there close to another first down. Hunter with the catch. Actually a gain of 7, so it'll be 2nd down and 3, just inside the 30 at the 29-yard line.
As I said before, Wayne, little by little, yard by yard, they're making their way down the field.
Goggin got Louis McGee set wide to the right. His running back next to him now is Helsper. And Helsper moves over to his left. Here comes McGee in motion. They hand it off to McGee going left to right, and he's going to get it all the way down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a first down. Nothing fancy, but they're just moving this football, Dave, like you say, yard by yard.
Well, I think a very carefully strategized plan as they come in here knowing the weather was going to be bad. Keep the plays simple, make them running plays, hang on to the rock, and move it.
Well, they're using all the guys that have got them here, Newby and McGee, Hunter. They've got McGee out left. Helsper is the running back this time. So McGee, a running back wide receiver, and he's all over the field, and now he goes in motion. They fake it to him, hand it off to Helsper up the middle, and Helsper's met at the line of scrimmage, gets about a yard.
Scott Helsper, with the carry, 4-2.
They're going to give him 2 to be 2nd down and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
3:10 to go here in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers come to the near side. Goggin with Helsper at running back. Right tackle, he's inside the 10. He has the first down to about the 8-yard line.
So Lake City again continues to march just a couple yards at a time.
1st and goal to go for Lake City. Last time they were down this close, they had a field goal block.
For Lake City, 1st and goal from the 9.
But it's 1st and goal, and they're going to mark it right at the 9-yard line. Goggin taking his time. Has Newby in motion, but hands it off to McGee up the middle. McGee slips off a couple of tackles down the right side, down the sideline. He's in for the touchdown. Louis McGee. Or did he step out of bounds?
No, there may be a flag on the play. I think I saw a flag come down on the play. Again, hard to see those flags with that white snow.
Yeah, it really is. And let's see. I think it's going to be against Lake City. Yeah, motion penalty against Lake City because he was in the end zone, McGee was.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a flag right there, but I couldn't tell. I thought it was either a flag or somebody threw something from the sideline.
So that's going to back it up from the 9-yard line and back it up to the 14. So now it'll be first and goal to go from the 14-yard line.
So a bit of a break for the Mavericks.
Goggin from the shotgun. Back to pass. Getting chased. Gets away from some people, goes down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds. He's going to lose some yardage, but he just kept that play alive. And I thought he was going to be down about 3 or 4 times, Dave, but he just kept it alive and got out of bounds. But he's only at the 13-yard line.
Wound up running up on a big mound of snow that's piled up on the sideline there. Thought maybe we might lose him.
Actually, he lost it back to the 17.
So the red zone been very tough for Lake City as they try to get in there again.
So it's second and goal now from the 17-yard line. Again, that triangle formation to the near side of the 3 receivers. They look this way. They go underneath to Newby. Newby gets a couple of blockers, and he gets it back down to about the 10-yard line.
Nice tackle that time by Caleb Turlington making the tackle for the Mavericks.
Turlington with the tackle.
So now you're talking third down and goal, and now you're at the 10-yard line.
Third down and goal from the 10.
Remember, this was the first and goal from the 9, and now we've got a third.
That was a huge turnover in the red zone once again. The Mavericks come up with a turnover, come up with the ball.
And it looks like it was Demetrius Romero who came up with the ball. It was. Again, he had 2 interceptions last week, and he was able to get this one and take it back. So, wow, every time Lake City gets into scoring position in the red zone, something happens.
I was going to say Romero, probably the defensive player of the game last week.
4 interceptions last week. Romero had 2 of them. 7 total turnovers. And every time his defense comes up with it, Collingham, his first carry of the night, and kind of just weaves his way for 3 right up the middle.
How big are the penalties that Lake City have had on them right now? I mean, between that and then throwing interceptions because it's deep in the hole.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It's been scoreless here as they go back and forth. Again, Mountain View nothing, Lake City nothing as we head to the second period of this semifinal 5A playoff game from Mountain View High School right here on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
Warning, you may experience extreme weight loss using the following product.
Attention, if you need to lose 30 pounds or more, you're qualified to participate in an absolutely risk-free trial of an extremely powerful weight loss supplement. It's called Final Trim. To participate, call now, 1-800-906-9985. Final Trim is a proven breakthrough in weight loss. Take 2 capsules just once a day, and you can experience maximum weight loss, pounds in days. It uses natural ingredients, making it healthy and safe. If your weight loss with Final Trim is too dramatic, please decrease use and only take 1 capsule a day. To guarantee participation in this trial, you must call now, 1-800-906-9985. For your participation, you'll receive a full-size supply of Final Trim to use absolutely risk-free. Again, if you need to lose 30 pounds or more by taking Final Trim just once a day, call now to participate in this nationwide risk-free trial. 1-800-906-9985. That number again is 1-800-906-9985.
Getting vitamins from Walgreens puts you at the corner of good for me and doing good for others. It's easy. When you buy vitamins, we help bring life-changing vitamins to 100 million.
A big play, and Garrett Collingham takes it up the middle, and he takes it all the way from the 28-yard line down inside the 20 to the 15. And it's going to be first down.
And Mountain View lining up ready to go again.
Mountain View didn't want to waste any time after that big play just up the middle by Garrett Collingham, but they've got to wait for the chain gang to get there. They were pretty slow getting there.
It's cold.
Yeah.
First and goal for Mountain View.
So first and 10 for Mountain View at the 11-yard line.
I know you can see me. I'm bright yellow, and if I'm lit up, you can't pass emissions. Oh, bummer.
There's a reason your check engine light is on. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair can figure out why and fix it. The Fairview store specializes on emission issues, while the shop on 36th in Garden City can handle just about any kind of vehicle repair. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair is a proud member of the Business Champions Club, supporting students in Idaho. Learn more at BoiseMufflerShop.com.
Well, there was a
Lights
130
out
load,
for Mr.
sorry.
Check engine light.
It's 7-0 in favor of the Mavericks right now. And here comes Collingham with a kickoff. It's just a short little kick, like a onside kick, and it's up for grabs. Nobody can come up with it. It's still up for grab. And let's see who gets it. Mavericks say they've got it, but the official's diving into the pile. Now he's down on the ground as everybody's getting up, and now they got to help the official up. And the official still hasn't made a call. And let's see who he decides to go with. He goes with the Mavericks, even though the Mavericks kind of knocked him down.
And they didn't do it intentionally. They were just excited getting up and just backed into him, and down he goes.
He was trying to jump in the pile to kind of see who had it, and they were all bouncing back out of the pile. So here comes the Mavericks as they try the onside kick. I don't know if that was just a squib kick or an onside kick or
it was a really long onside or a short squib.
Yeah, it was.
But it worked.
It was a tweener. It was like a long onside kick, or he just missed it. So we'll see.
Smart call.
Well, the Mavericks lead it with 11:18 to go here in the first half by a score of 7-0 over Lake City. And it's Collingham again with that run up the middle, and Goodwin dives. Snow is flying, sand is flying, and he's close to a first down.
I was going to point out on that play, the left guy who was split out, he was offsides by a good 2 feet, but nobody saw it.
So it's going to be just shy of a first down, as he got a good mark, I think Goodwin did.
Repositioning the ball.
Yep, just a little bit, and he moved it back just a tad, so he did get a good mark. Moved it back to about the 32-yard line. He needs to get to the 31. Collingham hands it off. Again, Goodwin. Goodwin caught from behind, being pulled back. Well, let's see where they mark his forward progress. I think it's going to be enough to get a first down.
I think it will. Big number 66. That's Zion Dixon's his name. This kid's 6'4", 290. Had him by the shirt. He wasn't going anywhere.
And he was going to almost take that shirt off, wasn't he?
He was going to get real cold.
He's like, son, I want your shirt, and I want it right now. Ball just shy of the 30-yard line. Again, if you just joined us, 7-0. Mountain View leads it. Goodwin up the middle, and Goodwin breaks a hole. He's down to the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line for a first down.
Sam Slusser making the tackle that time for Lake City, the Timberwolves, and I'll tell you what, he was punished. He was the one who went backward when he got hit.
12-yard gain. It's a first down now at the 17-yard line. So Lake City getting pushed back a little bit here as the Mavericks have some momentum. Trey Bell in there, and then we got a timeout call by the Mavericks. We'll take a 30-second break as well. 9:59 to go here in the second period, and our score is 7-0. Mountain View leads it over Lake City. We'll be back after this.
We love Mountain West Bank almost as much as we love Treasure Valley High School football.
Did you know that when you open a totally free checking account, you get a free gift? And it's a very nice free gift, too.
We also got our new home loan there at a very competitive rate.
Which ties in nicely with their proud support of Treasure Valley High School football, because, they're both really competitive.
Mountain West Bank. Love where you bank.
And your team.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Your station for Treasure Valley High School football is Sports Radio 630, The Fan.
7-0 our score here at Mountain View High School. The Mavericks leading Lake City and threatening again on a first down and 10 from the Lake City 17-yard line. Wayne Dezubak along with Dave Burnett. Welcome here on 630 The Fan. We've been with you all football season long. And we've got a few more games to go and then some basketball coming up. Collingham fakes it, keeps it up the middle. Collingham down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. That's a first down, or very close to it.
Drew Shipley making the tackle that time for the Timberwolves, bringing him down.
They're going to mark fully all day, and that's what they're probably going to try to do. It seems to be working. That up the middle just kind of worked it. That 70-yard run by Collingham that led to their first touchdown really was the first big play they'd had all night. Here's Collingham for the extra point attempt. It's low, but he drives it through somehow.
Here's a sand wedge.
Not much of an angle on there, but he got it through. 8:55 to go here. First half, our score, Mountain View 14, Lake City nothing. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here. You're listening to 5A State playoff action right here on 630 The Fan.
I know you can see me. I'm bright yellow, and if I'm lit up, you can't pass emissions. Oh, bummer.
There's a reason your check engine light is on. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair can figure out why and fix it. The Fairview store specializes on emission issues, while the shop on 36th in Garden City can handle just about any kind of vehicle repair. Boise Muffler Shop and Auto Repair is a proud member of the Business Champions Club, supporting students in Idaho. Learn more at BoiseMufflerShop.com, where it's lights out.
Nullify, nice 15-yard gain, and it's going to make it 2nd down and 11 back at the 44-yard line. Collingham back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He eludes one defender. Now he runs with it and gets it out to the 45, out to the 48-yard line. He'll get 4 yards on that play.
Zion Dixon coming up with the tackle, but boy, he just slipped away. Just an arm tackle up around the shoulder, slipped away from that in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 6. So if you're the Lake City defense right now, this is a big play for you. You've got to get your defense on the sidelines and get that offense back out there. It's been a powerful offense for Lake City all year long, but they've been held to no points here tonight. And 3 turnovers, a blocked field goal attempt on a 3rd down and 7. Handed off up the middle. That's Goodwin. Breaks it. He's got the first down and more. 35. Cuts out to the 30. 25. 20. 15. And he's tripped up from behind at the 10-yard line, and he falls forward to about the 8.
If he would have listened to his mom and tied his shoes a little tighter, it would not have been that little shoestring tackle.
Just got tripped up from the back, and they're going to put him right down at the 10-yard line. So technically it'll be 1st and goal. No, that's at the 15. Or no, it's a 10. So it's 1st and goal to go from the 10-yard line. Right at the 10, though. They hand it off up the middle. Nothing there. That's Trey Bell.
Yeah, Timberwolves are ready for that one as they tried to go off right tackle. Just dropped it back about a half yard.
So 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. Again, those orange yard markers that I liked so much before are starting to fade a little bit. 2nd and goal from just outside the 10 now as he lost about a half a yard. Collingham, and this is a snap the ball. There was a call, procedure penalty. That'll back it up to the 15.
Yep, and I saw him drop the flag that time. Still real hard to see on the field, which, by the way, you said white flags. Just a little trivia for you. White is the original color of the penalty flag. Switched to red and then eventually to yellow.
And I'm supposed to know all this. I'm supposed to follow this. All right, back to the 15-yard line. 1st and goal to go from the 15. The clock running. Coming up on 6 minutes to go here in the first half. 14-0. Mountain View leads it over Lake City. Little pass out to the side. It's going to be a throwback to the quarterback, Collingham, and it's over his head, and it better get out of bounds. Incomplete. I thought possibly that was still a backwards pass.
I sure did too, but the referee was right on the line, so he was the one that saw it.
And the official blew it dead, so it's incomplete.
Yeah, on a regular night, a trick play might work. On a night like tonight, you got to go with what's safe.
You're going to have it's kind of like landing that lander on the Comet. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, not everything went right. It bounced a couple times. That one, the ball landed a little too far.
Yeah, it was overthrown, bounced a few times out of bounds.
Do you like how I put a little science in that?
That was good.
Yeah, I know. 3rd down and goal to go from the 15-yard line. Collingham back to pass. Steps up, looks over the middle, has a man wide open, throws behind him, incomplete. And that was, the player's still down. He was
slow to
pretty
get up.
hard.
Number 4.
That was Cole Goodwin. So it was Goodwin, and he really took a hit. But I tell you, he hung in there because the ball was thrown behind him. Had it been thrown on the money, it probably should have been caught.
Again, cold night, difficult to do. I mean, it's not a small chunk and a piece. That was a pretty decent throw.
Well, let's see what they do here. They're going to try for a field goal attempt from 22 yards out. 32-yard field goal attempt?
And or a fake.
I don't know because Collingham, this ball's not traveling very well on this cold night.
And he kind of kicks with a 9-iron.
Yeah, he doesn't get much of a leg into it. But they're either going to try it. The kick is up.
Short.
No.
Way short.
No. It just, you could just see it wasn't going to get there.
Yeah, he missed the green by a good 10 yards or so, Wayne. He's going to have to chip on and putt from there.
Okay, but it turns the ball over, and so a big stop there for the Lakeland defense with 5:45 to go. They're still not on the scoreboard. 5:45 to go here in the first half. 14-0. The Mavericks lead it on a wintry night, a Friday night in the Treasure Valley. High school football playoff action underway here on 630 The Fan. You got to love it. Goggin at quarterback. Hands it off to McGee. McGee off left tackle rather, and he is bounced back. He gets a couple yards.
Just kind of a big mob tackle there. Grabbed him and threw him to the ground at the end. The refs are being pretty good, though. When they got him stood up and progress has stopped, they're blowing the whistle, stopping it before guys have to get down on the ground.
So it'll be a gain of 3. And now they got Newby going left. Louis McGee coming to the near side. They also have Hunter to the near side. They throw it out to Newby on the left. Newby on a little flat screen out there, and he gains a couple of more yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Outside corner's doing very well for the Mavericks tonight. Even on the pitch, they're containing it. On those flats, passes out to the flat and screen passes, they're right there for it.
So a big 3rd down and 5 here for Lake City. They do not want to give it right back to the Mavericks. But that Maverick defense starting to figure this Lake City offense out. And timeout's going to be called by Lake City. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. The clock says 4:44 to go first half, and our score 14-0 in favor of the Mountain View Mavericks. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
Developing right now in every state and county across America. Despite
All
having
right,
more
come
than
after
enough
this.
food
I'll come
available
back.
in this country, there are nearly 16 million kids.
right.
That's 1 in 5 children.
Well, I mean, I'll
struggling
come back
with
after
hunger.
it.
Okay, yeah.
They
Just take
often
the one
don't
spot
even
in
know
the
where
back.
their next meal is coming from. And the worst part is, this has been going on for years. There's no excuse for
Yeah,
it.
it's been out for
And
like
that's why Feeding America
10
is
minutes
doing
or something.
its best
5
to
minutes,
put
I
an
don't
end
know.
to childhood hunger. As a nationwide
Yeah.
network of food banks, Feeding America engages local communities
Make sure
in
you
solving hunger by collecting surplus food.
I did, I
Hope to
think.
hungry kids and their families all across our nation. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank. You can start by going to feedingamerica.org to learn more.
It's because Lake City had 12 guys on the field. It was pointed out, and then they called a timeout, and then suddenly the first down markers were moved.
All right, so it's 4th down and about a foot, and they're going to go for it. They're down 14-0, and a flag flies, and I saw that one. And procedure penalty is going to be against, procedure penalty against Lake City. That'll back it up 5 yards, make it a 4th down and 5.
Yeah, they had about 3 guys moving that time as they went, and they just can't do that.
By the way, basketball tonight, Boise State opened up at the LMU Classic down in Los Angeles. They beat San Diego 81-75, and will play Loyola Marymount tomorrow night. So it's 4th down, and now they're going to kick it away. 4th down and 5 from the 28-yard line. High snap. They go up and get it. Here's the kick. It's going to be a low line drive kick. Takes a couple of bounces, and it's not going to be fielded at all. Nice play there by Troy Bell. Troy Bell, rather, just decided to kind of let it die.
You could hear that ball when he hit it. It just went smack. That thing, right now the punter's going to go over and be rubbing his foot because that thing hurt.
Well, you know, if football's had those little things that your car have, that little light that comes on and says your air pressure's down.
Yeah.
The air pressure is down on all of them, I think, tonight.
My wife has that problem with her car right now. I got to get that figured out this weekend.
Oh, I guess I stopped at Brunel Tire the other day and talked to them. They said they had like 30 people in the other night.
It gets cold. I guess it happens.
Yes, the lights are on. So, holding on the receiving team, how could that be? I guess he didn't even return it. But apparently, I guess they can do it.
Somebody wanted to hold. They didn't know the ball wasn't being run back.
So that is going to go and move it back.
At the 25-yard line.
And it's going to bring it back to the 25-yard line. But the Mavericks will have it. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first half. Up 14-0. Collingham pitching it out right side to Goodwin. Goodwin makes a couple of guys miss, but then he's tackled.
Goodwin on the pitch. Tackle for no gain.
And they're actually going to say no gain at all that time. He made a couple of guys miss, but they must have penetrated pretty good, Dave.
Well, I think they did, and you had that big D line pushing in there.
Trey Bell in the slot to the near side. Joe Ferris comes to the near side as well as a wide receiver. Collingham all by himself in the backfield. Now he sends Goodwin in motion, fakes to him, keeps it up the middle, and Collingham is tripped. He falls down right at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he was making some good progress up in there. Then suddenly a great big alarm, number 55, Blake Brunetti, he came up with a tackle that time, drug him down.
3rd down and 7, just shy of the 25-yard line. Collingham's got Goodwin at running back. Sends Trey Bell wide to the left side. 3rd down and 7 from the 25. He's going to carry it up the middle. Takes the handle, bounces it outside. He's got a first down, cuts inside, and he has got a first down as he gets it all the way out to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 14 yards.
Scott Helpser coming up with a tackle that time for the Timberwolves.
Nice run by Garrett Collingham because there was nothing really there, and they're going to mark it right at the 45. 2:43 to go. Boy, the Mavericks would like to just drive this one in, punch it in, and have no time left on the clock. Collingham blows some warm air on his fingers before he takes the snap. He's going to carry the ball. Again, trying to bounce it outside. He does so. He's at midfield. He's at the 45 and down to about the 44-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards. That's another first down for the Mavericks.
Yeah, about 3 guys did arm tackles, and that's not going to work. Scott Helpser finally is the guy that wrapped him up, brought him down.
Another Mountain View first down.
Got to mark it just inside the 45-yard line of Lake City. 2:25 to go here in the first half. 14-0 is our score. Mavericks lead it. Collingham in the shotgun with 2 backs around him. Hands it off to Goodwin. Nope, he keeps it. He fakes it to Goodwin. Keeps it up the middle, and another 11-yard gain, and that's another first down to the 34.
Well, he's kind of at this point taking the game into his own hands, whether he's running or throwing. He's really taking charge here.
And that middle has worked out real well. He had a 70-yard run up the middle before, and that middle just opened up there, and they're actually going to put him down right at the 35 and say he's about a foot shy. So it's going to be 2nd down and about a foot. Goodwin up the middle again. He's got the first down, and he's still going inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Finally drug down. Again, it was one of those cases where they stacked him up in there in the middle, and referees blew the whistle, but they did drug him down finally.
Still plenty of time, Dave, but they've got 1:48. They got to kind of watch the clock now. As that starts now on the whistle by the official. Collingham at the 29-yard line in the shotgun. They're looking at the blitz. They hand it off. Nope. Collingham again keeps it outside, bounces it outside down to the 20-yard line and down to the 19-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 9 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 1.
Said, how do you do? Scott Helpser
they've got to get it down to the 5, and they're out to the 31. Do the math. It's a long ways on a cold night. Back to pass. Collingham looks, throws, completes it, but the pass was a little bit shy, and the receiver had to catch it.
Yeah, it was Trey Bell, and if he would have been standing up, he could have gotten a lot more yardage.
Trey Bell had to come back for it and dive for it. So now the clock is running with 30 seconds to go. 3rd down. Collingham back to pass, steps up, throws underneath, and again caught by Bell.
Now somebody called timeout. You hear there was somebody yell time. Well, maybe it's somebody in the crowd, but
18 seconds.
They did finally call timeout.
Yeah, I think the crowd was telling him to call timeout. Patwell, by the way, was the guy who caught that, not Bell. But they call timeout. We'll keep it here with 18 seconds to go in the first half of play. 14-0 is our score. It'll be a 4th down and 9. So at this point, you can still get a first down inside the 5. And you've got another timeout left, I do believe, although I don't see any up on a scoreboard now.
And you're within, I think you're within range right now of a field goal. I do think that is possible. I mean, we haven't seen Garrett Collingham have the strongest leg, but I think from where he's at right now, I think he could get it.
It was the 32 the last time, and I think he just barely got it there. So he'd be about the same distance right now. So it's going to be close. And I'm sure they're talking about it.
Yeah, if you get another 5 yards out of it, you're in pretty good shape there.
Again, the scoreboard went down earlier in this first half. and I don't know if they just didn't get the timeouts back up there or if they're out of timeouts. But this is a 4th down, so it won't matter if they don't get a first down or a touchdown.
4th down.
And they're not going to kick it. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Have to get just inside the 5-yard line. Collingham. A direct snap it, then around the end. Now they're looking. They're going to throw it to Collingham. Collingham catches it, and he's down at the 1-yard line. What a trick play that time. Ryan Hahn got the ball. It was direct snap to Goodwin, who gave it to Hahn, who then threw it to Collingham. Play in this first half. Our score 14-0. Mountain View leads it. This strong offense of Lake City has really been held by this Maverick defense, which has been playing so well all year long. They've won 7 in a row, and in that 7-game stretch, they've held teams to 15 points a game.
Not sure, Wayne, whether this makes a difference or not, but they turned around and called Joe Ferris into the game, wide receiver. So Ferris came from the sideline in to that huddle. Not sure if that's going to play a factor here or not.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I mean, you've got to probably go with something to the outside so that you can throw it away and get more than just one play, because there's no way they're going to get 2 plays off if they run it up the middle. But it's tempting to run it up the middle because that has been really killing Lake City. Maybe not so close where the splits are not too far, but with Collingham, I keep it in his hands. Collingham back to pass, looking, throws, incomplete. So that only took 4 seconds, so there'll be 9 seconds left.
And he did look that time immediately for Ferris, who came in, but went to his second receiver. Into the grass it goes.
Again, now you're down to 9 seconds. What do you do here? Don't want to leave any points off the scoreboard here. Collingham back to pass. Now he's going to run. Runs to the outside. Now he throws in the end zone. Incomplete with 1 second. Now the clock goes down to nothing. But there should be 1 second because there's truly 2 seconds to go when it was missed. And there was 1 second to go by the play. The time to play was well over.
Ferris was standing there in the corner of the end zone, jumping up and down, and
holding against the Mavericks, by the way.
And it's going to be the halftime. Said
nope. Indicated is holding on the offense.
There still was 1 second
Actually,
left.
There should be 1 second left.
Everyone, all the Mavericks are stopping suddenly. Nope, ref said no.
The ref's going to say that's it. So the Mavericks, I think, by not going up the middle that time, trying to be a little bit too fancy, may have left some points on the field. So we played 1 half, though, and it's been all Mavericks as the Maverick defense has come up with 3 turnovers here in the first half. And our score at halftime, Mountain View 14 and Lake City nothing. We'll take this 2-minute timeout. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
Pro Image Sports
will be held on December 1st, 2014. It is halftime here at Maverick Stadium, the home of the Mountain View Mavericks. Wayne Dzubak, Dave Burnett with you, and Mountain View leading Lake City 14-0 at the intermission in this 5A semifinal game. And if the Mavericks hold on and win this one, the state championship game will be over on this side of the valley next Friday night.
At Bronco Stadium,
Bronco Stadium, yep.
So I'm not sure, the weird thing is the Bronco Stadium now, that press box, and I used to do sideline reports for the Broncos, and it's a long ways from that press box to the field. So I don't know if we want to be that high up.
Yeah,
do it from that press box or go a little bit lower.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's as cold as it is tonight, you want to be in that press box no matter what.
With the windows down.
No question about it. I was just looking, because Bishop Kelly, one of the other playoff games in 4A semifinal, they moved their game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And the last forecast I just saw, it's 27 out there right now.
And the latest forecast I saw for 1 o'clock tomorrow at kickoff is 21 degrees. Now, there will be sun out, so maybe that 21 will feel warmer than our 27 right now, especially since we have about a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the west.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the game is a lot colder for Lake City than it is for the Mavericks right now. They've got a 14-point lead. I'm sure right now coaches are thinking, man, I wonder what time we should leave to get over to Pocatello to watch that Highland game tomorrow, because if they win this game, they're loading up, they're going to go watch that one.
So again, speaking of that game, that is tomorrow. That was one of the games that was moved. Rocky Mountain could not make the trip over there because of the weather, and so they moved that game from tonight at 5:30 to tomorrow at 5:30 at Holt Arena. And earlier in the pregame, we talked with Scott Kreiner about that game, and one of the things that's interesting about that is that you go over there last year.
You played at Holt Arena for Idaho State. It's a totally different feel. I mean, much like when teams come and play on the blue turf. I'm telling you, having been on the sidelines there, it does make a difference, and it takes those guys, I would say, a quarter and a half to adjust to it. Playing inside, going to take you a while, because suddenly when the ball is kicked, you're looking in the rafters at the ball coming down at you. Same thing when it's passed.
Well, that, and one thing people forget, that the field is absolutely flat.
Yep.
There's no crown to it. Now, this field doesn't look like it has much of a crown either, but, sometimes there's always a little bit of height in the middle, and it kind of falls off at the end. And it's a little different to play on that flat field. It just seems different. You know what I'm saying?
If you've never played, you don't understand that. But it affects the way the ball comes out of the backfield. It affects everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the games coming up tomorrow, Rigby is going to take on Bishop Kelly. We had an opportunity to do a Bishop Kelly game. Bishop Kelly's been playing pretty well. They've got the home field advantage. Rigby's coming over here, but Rigby's got a pretty good team. What do you feel about that game tomorrow?
Well, I think the home field advantage, and it's making a difference here tonight. I think that's a big part of it. I mean, Lake City wasn't able to travel, but maybe about 100 people in their stands right now. It's going to be difficult for Rigby to travel people here as well. BK will have a good crowd, a good contingency out, as they always do, supporting that team. So, home field, I think, is going to be a touchdown advantage. And just BK's playing good ball. So I think it's going to be difficult for Rigby to come over here and win.
All right, another game tomorrow that's on the college ranks. Boise State taking on San Diego State. That game at Bronco Stadium. Another late kickoff at 8:15. And it's going to be cold. I mean, it's probably going to be in the teens to start the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's one where, paying the price of ESPN right now, the fans are, everyone's paying that $500,000 price on that game. Just because of the fact that 8:15 start, going to be cold, and when the halftime is over, unless that thing's a nail biter, that crowd will be empty.
Well, let's talk about the olden days for a while, before money became such an issue, and they could make $500,000 by playing at 8:15 at night. Because you know what, they're going to do it again next week.
Yep.
Next Saturday night, they're going to be in Laramie, Wyoming, at 7,000 feet.
And Laramie's beautiful, especially this time of year. So, it's going to be another cold one for people traveling over there. It's like, I hope they get good warm clothes this week, because they can just use them again next week.
So, remember the olden days when Boise State, any game that was in November was played at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Guaranteed.
I mean, that was great. I miss afternoon games. I really do. And I know it's all about money, but at some point, you got to wonder, okay, fine. Let somebody else play at 8:15. Give Boise State a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, well, I guess, if the program rebuilds, re-strengthens, you might see fewer 8 o'clock games, because it is difficult. You think about it. I mean, that's a game that's starting at 11 o'clock at night or what?
Wayne DeZubak, Dave Burnett with you here on a cold, chilly night. I mean, it's worse than chilly. It's cold.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and we are in a press box. That's good. But
we've got the windows open, so we're roughing it.
Okay. For the players, though, I mean, and this is the hard point right now. You're in the locker room. Suddenly, you're beginning to feel your fingers again. You're starting to feel your thighs again. It's like, oh, I'm feeling warmer. And you're watching the clock on the wall going, shoot, 5 minutes, we got to go back out there again. For Lake City coming out, they got a huge job ahead of them, and I'm sure the coach is trying to motivate them. But even still, you're thinking, we got a long bus ride home. It's cold. I'm not sure if they're staying in town tonight or not, but, it's kind of rough. It's a tough one. For the Mavericks, their coach right now is telling them we have one half of football to close out, and we're in the state championship, guys. So it's, to me, I think it's a little easier for the Mavericks to come out in the half, knowing that if they can take care of business for 2 quarters, it's over. They're into the state championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And again, you know, we got to remember these are high school kids. They're out here playing under these kind of conditions. And right now, everybody's kind of just concentrating on the fact that, wow, Mountain View has jumped to a 14-0 lead. We're not used to not scoring in a whole half. You know, that's not what Lake City does.
Nope.
So we've got to get something going here. And so, really, to be honest with you, I think Lake City's going to come out here. They've got to make something happen. They've got to sustain a drive. They had a couple of drives that were deep into Maverick territory that came up scoreless. They've got to finish it. They've got to push it in. And when they do, I think you'll see a whole different attitude on their team.
Kind of seeing curious that I'm watching in the field now. Of course, Garrett Cullingham's been using his sand wedge to kick field goals, and 20 yards out, it's iffy if he's going to get there or not. They've got a kid who's out here. He's not on the roster, number 89. Not sure who he is. Maybe he's a JV player that's up. But look, where'd that ball go? It's out of the parking lot. Watch him kick this ball.
Okay.
I mean, this kid, maybe he's a JV kid that's, or somebody out of the stands, but this kid can flat kick the ball.
Well, he's probably a soccer.
We've been talking a lot about Trey Bell. We've been talking about Garrett Collingham, what a great job they're doing running and just running in the offense. But I want to kind of mention some of the unsung heroes because I think this is big. We talked about the size of Lake City's line, both their defensive and offensive line as we started this game. But some of the guys here, you have Nick Ireland, you have Cameron Fraser, Ethan Moore, Brett Carter. These are some of the big hogs for the Mavericks that are up front in that line. They've kind of taken over in that second quarter. You started to see, after that first turnover and that touchdown was in there, they suddenly got life to them, and they were getting the push. Then no longer was Lake City getting penetration, and so those big linemen started getting a little bit of they got a little mojo going for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got a lot of mojo going for them when they got running backs like Trey Bell and Cole Goodwin, and of course Garrett Collingham, the quarterback, who had a 70-yard run right up the middle that really seemed to spark this offense tonight. Then you got something going.
Yeah, and they've been opening some big holes for these guys, and so that's tough on a cold night where you got to go put your fist in the snow every time. Tough to do, and they have taken over and are dominating Lake City's line at this point, and I think that's making a big difference in this game.
And again, we need to find out who that guy is out there kicking. We got a guy kicking now that's been kicking like,
He's been kicking like
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He's like at the 45-yard line here.
Let's open this window one more time.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he's at the 45-yard line, and no. Okay,
yeah, he pooch kicked that one. That was just a little pooch kick, but he just kicked it into the end zone from the 45-yard line.
They found him in the parking lot. That's what he
No, like I say, I bet he's a soccer player, and they pulled him off a soccer field somewhere, and he just got back from Venezuela. You know how that goes.
I know. Yeah, he's on a 45 here, but yeah, he's on a kickoff tee. But,
yeah.
But from the 45, he fell a little bit short.
What the heck? Well, I don't think he's trying to kick a field goal from there.
Well, he almost did.
Yeah, and on a cold night. So, yeah, he's going to be kicking off. So,
a bit of a change. Somebody getting their big chance here.
Look what we found over in the parking lot.
Okay, now here's a mistake they made. They have a whole bunch of heaters, which, by the way, it kind of looks like a hunter's camp down there right now around those heaters, all these guys around there. That's where the ball they're about to kick off should have been.
Yeah.
They should have had it down there getting that puppy warm
get it nice warmed up. Yeah, a little hot air there.
It was sitting on the sideline in the snow. Not good.
Well, the good thing for Lake City is here, I guarantee you, they kind of talked about this. We get the ball to start the third period. We're only down 14-0.
Yep.
We take it down, we score. It's a one-possession game. We're back in this with plenty of time to go. I mean, to be honest with you, for the kind of weather we've had the last couple of days, the playing conditions couldn't be better.
It really couldn't, but all it takes is a couple of mistakes, and these guys, Lake City, very quick. A mistake's going to cost you.
All right, here we go. Second half kickoff tonight brought to you by Ide Bailey. Ide Bailey has 1,400 talented professionals to serve you. Kick is going to come up short, taken short by an up man, and he's going to get around the right side. That's Sam Sussler, and Sussler is going to be down finally at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Sussler dived and missed about 3 tacklers who kind of went over the top of him. Finally, somebody got him around the waist.
So this is where Lake City takes over. Let's see what they can do. They've not been able to really get anything going here tonight. Michael Goggin at quarterback. Cherry Louis McGee at one of the running backs. And also another big runner is Connor Newby. Connor Newby's to the near side this time. And they hand it off to Louis McGee, and he's been a guy that's got him here, but this time maybe a yard gain off the left side.
And Wayne, in that first quarter, we saw them just chunk and chip away, 3-4 yards here, 2 yards here, 4 yards there, and they may try to go back to that, but right now Mavericks having not a whole lot to do with that.
One of the things I haven't seen tonight from Michael Goggin, the quarterback, is him running the football much. He always hands it off. He doesn't keep it. This time they hand it around right side. This is McGee. McGee's got a little bit more running room. He's finally met outside the 40-yard line at about the 41, but it's a pickup of 9, and it's a first down.
That'll be enough to move the chains, so they're going to get that up. Taking the chain guys a while to move tonight. They're not.
Well, the chain guys are frozen.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
they have to stand there. They can't. They don't run very often, and then when they do, they can't get those legs moving. All right, they're all set now, ready to go. Ball at the 41. Handed off McGee again. This time left side. He's met right at the line. Fumbles the football and a scramble for it. And I think that Lake City happens. Anytime that neck gets involved.
It takes a while to heal that up if it's more than just a little stinger.
All right, the ball all the way down to the 45-yard line now to the Mavericks as Lake City has something going here. Goggin looking, now throws over the middle, and it's intercepted.
Wow. Sticky fingers, check his gloves because, man, that was sticky fingers. I think it was Jared Gibson coming up with that interception.
Jared Gibson, the linebacker, comes up with the interception, and you're right. He held on to that ball, and a big turnover again.
He was stretched out, got his hands out there, able to snag that thing.
So here comes Garrett Collingham and company now on offense, up 14-0 with 10.5 to go here in the third period.
Very disheartening for Lake City. Start moving the ball, and another turnover gets them.
Disheartening's the word right now. This is when the cold starts to play a factor with you because Collingham coming over to the sidelines for something. I'm not sure the officials are talking about something.
Yeah, they still have the ball marked on the sideline over here. And the referees are talking about it.
I'm definitely not sure what's going on here.
No, I'm not either. They're in a conversation with the head coach and with Garrett Collingham.
Could it be the ball they're using, or?
Yeah, there's conversations going on here. They're all looking for something on the sideline.
The ball was intercepted, and it's just been a change of possession here, and so.
And it might be each team gets to use their own balls. Waiting to see. They're moving back out to. Yeah, I think they got the ball they wanted in there, right?
All right.
I think maybe Collingham didn't have the ball he wanted.
Nope. And it should be first down and 10. So I'm not sure what that was all about. So just something had to do with the football they were going to use. Collingham hands it off. That's Goodwin, and Goodwin fights his way out for 10 yards right near the first down marker at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Scott Helpser again coming up with a tackle, and that's about his 5th solo tackle out there, saving a touchdown.
And they're going to give him a 10-yard gain right at they just marked just shy of the 45-yard line, first down for the Mavericks. Boy, these officials just kind of slowing this game down right now.
They are. Mavericks ready to go.
Well, again, it's the chain. The chain's not ready.
Well,
okay.
They've got it all backwards now. What are they saying? No, they're going to say it's third down. They didn't make it.
They didn't make it. I didn't think they made it. Then they moved the chains, and so that confused because I thought he was about a yard shy, and that's exactly what it is.
So the two guys holding the 10-yard markers got excited and headed up the
field.
field.
And they took off without the officials telling them to take off. All right, Collingham going to keep it, and he's going to be brought back, and he's going to lose about 3.
Yeah, that was just a missed call in the play. Somebody missed an assignment out there. It allowed Dotson Brandon to come in, make the tackle in the backfield. It's just Collingham turned around, and the guy he wanted to hand it to wasn't there in place.
You know, and you wonder with the chain game. Now, another first down, yeah.
Collingham says he has enough of the little mitten pouch. He throws that to the sideline.
Collingham just kind of taking over this game. He's really a leader out there, calling to everybody. Hands it off up the middle. Goodwin, and Goodwin is stopped after a gain of about 2.
Yeah, real tough stop up the middle that time. The Timberwolves waiting for him.
Clock running, coming up on 9 minutes. And what I was saying is that Mavericks really running their offense very quickly. They get to the line of scrimmage. Collingham calls it. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Got Goodwin as a running back with him back there on a 2nd down and 8. And Cunningham just takes the snap and bulls his way out across midfield to the 49-yard line. He'll be 4 yards shy on a 3rd and 4.
You know, sometimes I think the temperature of a game affects the officiating as well. That time, one of the Mavericks got away with it. He pulled the D lineman down by the front of the shirt, just drug him down. Nobody saw it, right in front of the official.
So a big 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 4 here at the 49-yard line. Cunningham up under center for a second, cocks to his line, now moves back into the shotgun. He's going to run it up the middle, and he can find nothing, and he just slips on the snow, and he looked like my old tires before I got new ones, just kind of spinning around, and it's going to be 4th down.
One of the first times, really, that we've seen the field conditions affected, and it could be that the temperature's dropped and if that field's getting a little frozen hard.
Cunningham on 4th down and 4. He'll back up a little bit further and punt the ball away. Last time it was almost blocked. He gets this one off. Nice kick, but it's going to go out of bounds. No, it doesn't. Wow. It just went out of bounds inside the 5.
Yeah, in fact, it may be down to about the 1 yard line. It bounced around, bounced out, and then hit the pylon right in the corner at the goal line. It's going to be on the 2 yard line. Unbelievable.
Well, except well enough to get a first down. He got 2 yards, needed 1. But you know what? I thought for sure that might fool the Mavericks.
Well, you know, we expected Goggins to run more, but we haven't seen him run much, which makes me wonder if he's not dinged up just a bit.
But it's a first down out to the, let's make it the 12-yard line. Goggin pitches it out. That's a dangerous play, and caught from behind is McGee.
Yeah, that was. Had he not caught that ball, it would have been deep trouble as he was pitching backwards towards his own goal line.
As cold as it is, when you start going to the pitches and the, and you try to do the option, the option football is dangerous anyway.
It is. Newby, by the way, making the corner, the tackle that time.
2nd down and 10, no gain after the option play. Handed off, Louis McGee. McGee working his way outside and gets a couple of more yards. He'll get 5 on that one.
He drug a few Mavericks with him that time just along the ice there.
Stop was made by Griffin Moser.
So it's going to be 3rd down and let's call it 4 now. Ball out at the 17-yard line. Make it the 22-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. Wow. That time you can just see the offensive line just push out there, and they found a nice big hole there for the running back, and he gets a first down.
Wayne, this is more of what we saw in that first quarter where they just kept chipping away 4 or 5 yards here, 2 yards here, and it's more what Lake City did. We'll see whether, they got to avoid the turnover bug, which is what's gotten them a couple times here.
Louis McGee is the man who got the first down right at the 30-yard line. So right at the yard stripe, which is a fluorescent orange yard stripe tonight to help us see it. Louis McGee in motion. Goggin keeps it, then pushes it to McGee. McGee takes it down the left side for about 5-6 yards.
Yeah, nice gain again, just chipping away. And as we've mentioned before, with a 14-0 lead, if you can get one in the 3rd quarter, another one in the 4th, you're right there.
The thing of it is you're going to that option play right now. That time pitching it out to McGee again. So it's 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain.
Mavericks can't rest thinking that they've got this thing under control right now because it's a close game.
Zach Wiedek comes to the near side. First time we've called his number on a wide. And that's a first down out to the 45-yard line. Nice little run there by Newby.
They're going to move the chains once again. By the way, just kind of an update to Jason Richter, who took kind of a shot to the neck. They have him on the training table, have him kind of covered up, getting him warm right now. Still working on him.
First down at the 45-yard line. Goggin back to pass. Throws out in the flat, not even close.
Yeah, that one just came out of his hand that time. You could tell it was a cold ball out of a hand that's cold as well.
Brandon Dotson was the intended receiver. He didn't even really make an attempt for it because it was so short. 2nd down and 10 back at the 45.
He reaches a point as a quarterback, you're going, I don't feel my hands.
Goggin hands it off to McGee. Nope, he keeps it. And he keeps it up the middle for no gain. The fans thought that Louis McGee had it, but who was dropped for about a 7-yard loss.
Yeah.
But it was a quarterback, Goggin, who kept it, and he was right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
So this is a huge play for Mavericks. If they can stop the ball this time and then turn it around, put points on the board, that would make all the difference in the world.
Brandon Dotson, a 6'3" wide receiver to the right. Look for him. They're looking for him over the middle. Now Goggin running. He has some running room, and he's going to be hit shy of the first down and knocked out of bounds about 3 yards short of a first down, just over midfield into Maverick territory, about at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, it's kind of like bowling balls and bowling pins going down there. We had the guys holding the chains going down, players going down, coaches going down.
So it's 4th down and 4 at the 48-yard line. Into Maverick territory, but a big 4th down play coming up here for Lake City. They're going to be in 4th down territory, I think, all night long.
Going to check the play.
Clock down to 3:50 to go here in the third period. 14-0 our score. Mountain View leads Lake City.
Still looking for the play.
Boy, they're taking a long time. Better be careful not to get a penalty. Goggin back to pass, throwing over the middle, incomplete. It'll turn the ball over to the Mavericks, and that ball was not really catchable.
No, it wasn't. Out on the play that time was number 82 for the Timberwolves. That was Zach Whittick, but it just wasn't really in the zone to catch.
Yeah, Whittick didn't have a chance there, and it was thrown hard. And as hard as that ball is, it's tough enough to catch, thrown softly. So here come the Mavericks with a 14-0 lead. That defense playing very, very well. Top defense in 5A.
Well, if they're going to take on Highland or Rocky next week, they're going to have to be tough.
Mountain View has won 7 in a row, trying to make it 8 in a row after starting the year 1-2. What an 20-0.
No flags. It's good. And the kid who was practicing before the kicks, he's going to take a shot at it.
The soccer player in disguise is going to try the extra point attempt.
The mystery kicker.
A mystery kicker. There's the step. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it goes to about eagle, and it's good.
I'm not sure. I think it may have hit a car out on the street on Overland.
3:11 to play, third period here at Maverick Stadium, and it's been all Mountain View. Mountain View 21, Lake City nothing. We'll be back after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
center. Lake City hands off, second down through. That's Louis McGee, and McGee's not going to get anywhere. He is back down with Wilbur Whistle. He never actually went down, but this stamp is third progress. No gain. We pretty much had him wrapped up that time. He didn't get break loose, but by that time the whistle was late. Third down and 15. Like I said, the referees are blowing the whistle fairly quick. He's just getting hurt in that first turn. Third down and 15 now for Lake City. Down 21-0 with a minute 39 to go here in the third period. Mavericks win. State championship game for 5As at Bronco Stadium next week. Back to pass. Bandit. Now, he's pushed down. Rolling to his right, being chased. Bandit throws on the rim. Endless intercepted, and it was Pant. And I think it was Pant. It was. Number 16. Brandon Batson. Man. Brandon Batson came down with that bird. He would have Pant. And he is out of his deck right on that run as he went up and just outstretched some average defenders. Perhaps a little around his crap, because he's 6'3", and it's going to be short of a first down. It's going to be at the 30. Bad yard line, but it's going to be fourth down on a 5-2, maybe 3. This has been the area where the Timberwolves have been shooting themselves in the foot to see how they do it. All right, fourth down and 2.
With 14 seconds to go here in the third period. 21-0 is our score.
Lake City got lucky now, and Newby kind of bobbled that ball as he went into the line there. I thought he was about to fumble it, but able to tuck it away before he went down.
First down from the 17, up under center. They hand it off. This is McGee, right side. Newby down the sidelines near the goal line. And let's see where they mark him out of bounds. I don't think he got in the end zone.
Nope, it's about the 2-yard line, looks like maybe.
Yeah. Yep. Right at the 2. And that's going to be a first down. So it'll be a first and goal to go when we start the fourth quarter. That's the end of the third period of play. Lake City looking to get on the scoreboard and get that goose egg off the scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Our score, Mountain View 21, Lake City nothing. We go to the final 12 minutes after this on Sports Radio 630 The Fan.
It's possible because of the snow. Thanks for removing the snow and getting the stadium ready. Thank you again for all your help.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Maverick Stadium on a cold night on a Friday here in the Treasure Valley. And the Mavericks lead it over Lake City 21-0. But now Lake City with a first and goal to go from the 2-yard line to start this fourth and final stanza. Up under center, Goggins hands it over the middle. That's Newby in for the touchdown. Yes. And Lake City is on the scoreboard.
2-yard touchdown run.
Not much you can do that time. He had a lot of head of steam as he hit that line, just squirting through into the end zone.
21-6 our score, 11:58 to go. So still plenty of time in this ball game the way things are looking.
Well, I think we're probably after the extra point. Are they going for? Nope, they're going to go
going
and kick
for
it.
the extra point. Right now, yeah, there's no reason to go for 2 here for sure, especially if they've got, maybe they are. Let's see what they do.
No, they're still going to kick it.
Yeah.
Well,
they've got crazy formation out there. Everybody's split. But let's see what they decide to do. They are going for 2. Goggin back, throws in the end zone, intercepted. So that's going to put them behind the 8 ball now. At some point, they're going to have to go for 2. If they score again, another turnover, another interception. And with 11:58 to go here, it's 21-6. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back.
Okay, come back to us after this, Ronaldo. Okay, thanks. Straight back to you.
Obviously having troubles tonight with our signal out of the stadium. However, Garrett Collingham just ran the ball 60 yards for a touchdown right up the middle for the Mavericks, who now lead at 27-6. So after going for 2 and missing 2, getting on the score, they haven't had any trouble.
Yeah, it disconnected. I thought, well, what could happen? Well, one handoff, done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so we had the touchdown by Lake City. The kickoff was an onside kick, and It went out of bounds, so it was just kicked a little bit too hard, and so really they got it at the 45-yard line, and just like that, so I guess it's more like about 55 yards, but right up the middle, Collingham on a play that has worked well all night long for the Mavericks. A 70-yard run, a 50-yard touchdown run, and then a 55-yard touchdown run. So Collingham, closing in. We don't have official stats here tonight on over 200 yards rushing.
At least. I mean, he's had 2 really long runs tonight and a bunch of short ones. So
I've got 100. We got like 175, 180 just from that. So I know he's run a couple of other nice runs. So I'm sure he's over 200 yards rushing tonight. A couple of touchdowns, and it's a 28-6 lead here on a cold night, but it's feeling pretty warm right now if you're a Maverick fan.
There's a state championship waiting for you at Bronco Stadium next week.
All right, the kickoff. Little pooch kick. Got to come up to a short man. And that is Newby who comes up with it, and he is caught right there and kind of fighting up, gets away. Is still fighting for yardage, and finally they blow the whistle.
Yeah, for Newby, he wound up going backwards, losing about 4 yards from what he had originally gained. He was just hoping to break it loose and get away on the outside.
I don't think the clock ever started. 11:38, I thought is what we had before.
That is what we had before. So the clock is frozen too.
The clock did not start. Let's see if that continues to go. We don't want to be here any longer than we have to tonight, that's for sure. We're enjoying the game, but we don't want to be here any longer than we have to. All right, the clock has started. The pass out in the flat and down the sidelines. A gain of about 9 yards, maybe 10. That's a little pass out there to McGee. And Jerry Louis McGee, once again, he just catches that ball out in the flat. But it's a good open field tackle there by the Mavericks.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Alabaron coming up with that tackle out there on the far side.
So it's just short. Now they throw it out again. Louis McGee on the outside. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets it across the 40-yard line out to the 43, and that'll be good for a first down for Lake City.
Demetrius Romero coming up with a tackle at the corner that time, but the sticks move again.
Well, what they're doing, though, is they're just going right to McGee, left to McGee, and at some point, they've got to get somebody else in this ball game.
Yep, it is your dink and dunk, and the cornerback should know that. Coaches upstairs stomping their feet, they know that.
Handed off up the middle, Newby. And he is just stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nothing going on there at all.
Yeah, Griffin Moser says, come on into my arms, kid. I'll bring you to the ground.
Again, 28-6, 22-point lead here for the Mavericks of Mountain View on a cold night here at Maverick Stadium. But they're not feeling that chill at all. They're feeling the warmth of the possibility of playing one more game this year for a state title. 2nd down and 9 after a gain of 1. Goggin, low snap, picks it up off his shoestrings, rolling to his right, finally throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. His intended receiver was already out of bounds. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9.
How big is this 3rd down right now?
Well, you're in 2-down territory for sure if you're Lake City. But the thing of it is, if you're Lake City, you got 10-18 to go in this ball game. You're down by 22. You can't just dink and dunk like this. You've got to get the ball downfield. You've got to come up with a big play.
Yeah, they're going to have to stretch the field. At this point, I think I'd try to get the 9 yards. But after that, you're going to have to stretch the field and try to get them by 20 yards at a time.
So 3rd down and 9. You're right. You've got to get some big plays, and they've not been able to bust the big one yet. Here comes the pressure. The little screen pass out to the right. It's low, and Newby goes down. He tried to get up and run with it.
He thought he was in the NFL.
But actually, that was not Newby. I'm sorry. That was 82. That was Zach Wiedik. And he just fell down and thought he'd try to get back up again and run.
It was a footing thing. The ball was low to him in his defense. He had to really go down to get it and wound up losing his footing going down.
So it's going to be a 4th down and 9 now. Ball at the 44-yard line. At about the 25-yard line. Let's see. I don't really see an official.
There's somebody back up the field there. In fact, was there a flag on the play?
There may be a flag on the play. There it is right there. Now, you cannot see that flag.
I'm still looking for it.
It's right down here on this near side.
Oh.
See it right there?
Yeah, there is a flag there. I'll be darned.
But it's almost impossible to see.
Referee's talking about it right now.
Yeah, so it's going to be against the Mavericks, I'm sure, because that play was going down the sidelines and either stepped out of bounds or was in, but this one's going to be against the Mavericks. Illegal
forward pass.
Illegal forward pass. Okay, that's what it was, and I thought it would be. The pitch, when I said he pitched it to him,
yep.
It was a forward pitch. It looked forward, but you can't tell from our angle, so we had to wait and see, and indeed it was.
If you're past the line of scrimmage, you're done now.
Yep.
Make sure to support your Mountain View Mavericks.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Ball comes back to the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 11 for Mountain View. Collingham in that shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right. They draw up the middle, and that's Goodwin trying to break away, and Goodwin's kind of spun down at the 45-yard line. I think his forward progress will take him to the 43.
Yeah, wound up getting right in the middle of that pack, and then suddenly came out, but Brandon Dotson came out of the pack with him and kind of bulldogged him to the ground.
So it's going to be 4th down, and at this point, when you're up by 22 and 9 minutes to go, do you try to go for it or you punt it?
You're going to punt it.
They're going to play the field position. Oh, the bad snap takes a 1 hop, and ball's going to go down inside and dies inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, kind of watching the crowd. Have you heard the crowd mic, number 66 for Lake City?
Well, they've got, what happened was they came in and they hit Garrett Collingham, and Collingham is down, and he is writhing in pain. His knee is hurting. And that's what the crowd was upset about, is that somebody, and I didn't see it because I was watching the ball kind of at the 10-yard line.
Died there.
But after he punted it, somebody hit him.
Again, boy, I hate to say that, Wayne, you said at that point, you need.
But this could be a game changer.
Yeah, this is just always a danger.
So let's do this. Let's take a 1-minute timeout as they work. Well, let's hold it here because they're going to try to help him up. I want to see, how he gets up on that. If he walks on it, or if it just kind of went out of place.
He's putting a little bit of weight on it.
Yep. We're kind of helping him off, but now he's kind of putting more weight on it. And, boy, he looked like he looks in pain. There's no question that whatever it is, it hurts. But now he's walking on his own.
Well, Wayne, the training staff, they did go out there. They did that knee test where they kind of wiggle it to see, did you tear something? And he was kind of writhing in pain, but I don't think they would have let him walk off on his own had he not passed that test.
They're going to take him to the trainer's table and let him lay down, but and they'll look at it. But it's going to be sore. But here we go. Lake City running the football and nothing doing. Nothing up the middle. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Connor Newby with the carry.
Newby was the ball carrier, and he gained maybe a yard at the most, maybe a half a yard. 2nd down and 9. So here's the situation: 8:35 to go in the ball game. 28-6 in favor of Mountain View over Lake City. Back to pass is Goggin out into the flat. That's I believe it's Louis McGee again, and McGee gets a few yards, maybe about 7.
But tackled in bounds, so that clock's going to keep moving.
Romero making the stop. 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for Lake City, and I still think all of it's 4th down territory now. I think they'll be going for it no matter what.
Yep.
Hand it off up the middle. And let's see, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, not a whole lot, but he may have gotten that 1st down, and he did by about a half a yard. That was McGee.
1st down and 10.
So 1st down and 10. But that clock continues to run after they move the chains. They get the whistle, and the clock starts again. And that clock is no friend right now of Lake City as they trail it by 22, 7:45 to go. Goggins rolling to his left, being chased from behind. Now continues to roll to his left, and now is going to be drugged and thrown out of bounds, but they're going to say he didn't get out of bounds, so they're going to keep the clock rolling.
Moser making the tackle that time for the Mavericks, and kind of happy to do that to the quarterback. I don't want to say a little bit of payback there, but he was kind of happy to do that back to the quarterback.
That's going to be a loss on the play of a couple of yards. But the big thing is that Lake City's going to have to call a timeout because they did not get the quarterback out of bounds, and the clock has rolled down to 7:14, down by 22.
It's any kind of tear that they immediately knew they would not even allow him to try doing that.
Yeah, so, and he's acting pretty good, but like I say, he's got a lot of people down there talking to him, and
I think he's seen the end of his playing tonight from the standpoint that you don't put him out there again, folks. All right. On the right side, running up the middle and running hard is the quarterback, Goggins. And Goggins gets a first down of 12 yards. That's as hard as I've seen Goggins run all night long.
It is. Most of the time he's been, on the pitch, or if he goes into the line, it's 2 yards and down. So he senses they got to get some scores on the board, 28-6. But as you said, Wayne, 7 minutes left to go. Clock is not in their favor.
Well, we thought we'd see Michael Goggin, the quarterback for Lake City, run a little bit more than he has tonight, and he hasn't. This time he hands it off. Louis McGee, couple outside, almost has the ball stripped, and he's down as he gets across midfield at the 46-yard line of the Mavericks, and it's going to be another first down, pick up of 13.
Evan Stansel and a bunch of the Mavericks are to make that tackle.
Alvaron making the stop, gain of 14, first and 10 for Lake City.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line, and here goes Lake City, a little bit more urgency now. Goggin back to pass, steps up, throws incomplete. Intended for Dotson, the big 6'3" tight end, and it was over his head again.
Yep, but that went right in and out of his hands.
Second down and 10.
So second down and 10. Ball placed back at the 46-yard line. Clock stop, 6:39 to go. Again, tomorrow, Rocky Mountain is at Highland in Pocatello at 5:30. That game was supposed to be played tonight, but Rocky couldn't make it over there because of the weather conditions and the highway conditions. Back to pass is Goggin. Goggin throws right side, has a man wide open, and that, again, is...
I think it's number 82.
Weekend. So Weekend does catch it.
Mavericks playing a little soft right now. They're not playing quite as tight, and they're able to make that, 10 yards at a time. But they're going to have to stretch it out further than that.
Third down and 2. Handoff up the middle. That's Newby. And Newby kind of slips a couple of tackles there. Gets really close to a first down.
I think he'll have it, Wayne.
It's going to be right at that yard mark, isn't it?
Referee's taking a look at it. It's that close. But they said...
Still haven't said.
The sticks are frozen in the ground. Nope, it's going to be fourth down. Nope, it is first down.
Okay, now they give him a first down.
Gain of 3 on the carry, good enough.
So it took them a while to figure it out, but they decided, hey, it's too cold to make a measurement. Let's just give him a first down.
6:08 left to go in the game.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Lake City. Handoff again. This time it's Newby, who goes down hard.
And on top of one of his own players.
I'm sorry, that was not Newby. That was McGee again. Jerry Louis McGee, and he has to get his shoe back on, but he went down hard.
Yeah, he did. That time it was Caleb Turlington coming up, knocking him out of his shoes.
Second down and 5 after a pickup of 5. Looking to throw it out to Newby. Right side, they do. Newby is going to be caught after a gain of about a yard is all. And, I'll tell you one thing about these backs for Lake City. They don't go down very easy.
No.
That time they had to blow the whistle, stop the progression, but Newby never went down.
They just keep fighting, but didn't get a whole lot of gain on that play.
Third and maybe a gain of a yard. So it'll be third down on a long 4, short 5, with 5:05 to go here in the ball game. Down 28-6. Lake City trying to get back into double figures. Handoff up the middle to McGee. Nothing. McGee stopped after a gain of a yard. It'll be fourth down and 4.
That was your classic big old stand-up tackle that time. Xavier Cook, the big senior, 6 foot, 310 pounds, said, nope, you're getting past me.
Fourth down and 4.
So 4th and 4.
You get 310 pounds hitting you in the chest on a night like tonight, you'll feel it on the bus ride home.
Goggins just kind of looking over there. He's got Dotson, the big tight end, to the near side. Actually put in a slot on the near side. Sends a man in motion. Back, they throw a backward pass. This time to Louis McGee, and McGee's got the first down. Nice play.
Yep, that was on Mavericks, hoping on that fourth down to shut them down, but wasn't able to do it. Sticks are moving again.
Anytime they can get that ball out in the flat to Jerry Louis McGee, McGee seems to make something happen.
Yep, he is one of those kind of players. He's kind of like a Shane Williams Rhodes where
yep, exactly.
You get it in the flat, let him do it. A little shake and bake.
Pretty much what he reminds you of is Shane Williams Rhodes. He's got it at the 22-yard line. Goggins back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Underneath the coverage they go. Nice completion for about 6 yards over the middle. Weaken.
But Lake City's going to have to play with a little more urgency. They go up to the line, they wait, they look to the sideline, they get down, they go back and check again. the clock keeps ticking, and you're taking 30 seconds off the clock every play.
At this point, though, I'm not sure that. I think they're looking at that clock going, we don't have a chance on this one unless we score really, really quick. And Goggins running away from everybody, throwing in the end zone, has a man there. Is he out of bounds? Touchdown. He caught it right at the back of the end zone, and that was the big man, Dotson, 6'3", and they just put it up for him. It was a jump ball in the back of the end zone, and he scores to make it 28-. Well, a fourth down touchdown pass to Brandon Dotson, the big 6'3" tight end, in the back of the end zone on a nice scramble by the cornerback, Michael Goggin. And with 3:35 to go, it's 28-14.
I guarantee you the Mavericks have all their hands guys, even though they're cold hands, but they got the hand guys up front because the onside kick is coming. Everybody here knows it.
Yep, with 3:35 to go, they've got to go with that onside kick. So we'll see what Casey Bork can do. He's got it teed up right in the center of the field at the 40-yard line. Let's see what he's going to do. The kick, the little pooch kick, going to kind of fall into a area of no player and goes out of bounds. So I'm not sure why you do that. It's going to give them great field position.
Well, we'll see who's going to play quarterback because it's not going to be the starter. He's still sitting down there on the bench getting worked on.
Garrett Collingham with that knee injury, he is out of there.
Number 13, lucky 13 comes in.
So, here we go.
That would be Ferris.
Yep,
Joe Ferris.
Joe Ferris. Just want to make sure he was going to actually play quarterback. We've not seen anybody but, Collingham ever in any game we've done. But Joe Ferris at quarterback. They hand it off the middle to Goodwin. Goodwin just follows his offensive line and, wow, get about 5 yards just like that.
Well, that's what they need right now is just somebody to handle the ball. Ferris plays wide receiver as well. Somebody handle the ball, hand it off, get 4 or 5 yards of play, and grind that clock out.
So a gain of 5, just a couple of first downs away here from a victory tonight, and that's what Mountain View has to do. Ferris in the shotgun. Sends Goodwin in motion, and now we've got flags down. We did see them. Going to be a motion penalty against Mavericks.
Different quarterback. Makes the rhythm a little different.
Mm-hmm. So that'll make it second down and 10, which is a big difference in second down and 5. I mean, trying to get, when you only need another first down or two, second down and 5 really helps you out. You need all the downs you can get at this point. So Ferris by himself in the backfield. And he's going to take the direct snap and keep it. And everybody on Lake City knew it, and they came after him. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 after a gain of a yard.
Yeah, not much yardage is going to happen right there. So Brandon Dotson making that tackle. So you get quite got 8 yards to make here.
Yep.
You're going
to
take
him
a
about
timeout.
2, and so Lake City takes a timeout here with 2:30 to go. They want to stop him on this down and get the ball back with a little time to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back here again. 2:30 to play in this ball game. Our score, Mountain View 28, Lake City 14 on 630 The Fan.
He's sitting there. He looked over to somebody in the stands and gave the thumbs up. He looked over the stands, gave the thumbs up to somebody. Leslie's saying his thumb works. Okay, back after this.
All right, the Mavericks now with a 3rd down and 8. Joe Ferris at quarterback. He hands it off to Goodwin up the middle, and Goodwin bounced around, and that was just kind of a run-the-clock type play. They're not going to get a first down, so it's going to be the Mavericks probably kicking it away as the clock continues to run, coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the football game.
Now, for those that aren't aware of the fact, a little bit earlier, Garrett Collingham, we have a Lake City kid down, Garrett Cullingham, went down, holding his knee, writhing in pain on the sidelines. And they brought him over, took a look at the knee, worked him over. He's looking a lot better. And just a few minutes ago when we went to that break, an adult came up to the rail, looked at him, and he gave him the thumbs up. So good sign there. Not a good sign for the Lake City kid laying on the field right now.
Jacob Ramey is his name. He is a defensive lineman, and they're working on him.
And again, you reach that point in the game, Wayne, where you get dinged up, but you're cold. You're laying on the ground. You know you're in deep trouble as far as your team at this point with 2:15 to go. It gets harder and harder to get up.
Lake City down here, 28-14. They have forced, however, Mountain View into a 4th down and 7. So Mountain View is going to have to kick it away.
Let's have a big hand for
Looks okay. He's kind of wobbling to the sideline. I may be asking, where's the bus?
It's 25 degrees outside, folks.
Our PA announcer just told us it's 25 degrees.
Like they didn't know.
Yeah.
Back here and play a team that you know, a rival.
In-town rival.
Yep.
Mayor Tammy DeVeard won't know who to cheer for.
There you go. All right. Good snap. Here comes the punt. Low kick, short kick, and off to the side kick. And so Lake City will have great field position.
Not exactly what you wanted for the Mavericks. They'd like a little deeper in Lake City's end.
Well, remember, Collingham is also your punter, and that's where he got hurt. He punted the ball, and then afterwards, I did not see it. Afterwards, I don't know whether maybe he just slipped or maybe he got hit. I don't know.
The way the crowd reacted, somebody took him out.
Somebody took him out. Okay. So what it is the ball now marked at the 45-yard line. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Back to pass, Goggin throws it over here. They're going to have a halfback option. They throw it down the field, and it's caught. No, and then dropped. Caught by Sam Sussler and then dropped. The pass was thrown by Colin Hunter. So a little trickeration right there, and it almost worked. Just I think the cold that time played a factor.
I think it did. Evan Stansel helping to break that thing up, being right there as the ball landed right in the breadbasket.
So knowing that they've got to make something happen and make it happen fast, Lake City right now trying to get something going. Goggin. Back to pass, throws over to the right side. It's complete to McGee. Oh, McGee makes a couple of guys miss. Gets down the sideline, steps out of bounds after a pickup of about 7.
Down to a minute 45.
3rd down coming up here. Ball now into Maverick territory at the 46-yard line. Goggin takes it from the shotgun. Now he's going to run. He's got a lot of room up the middle. He's going to get the first down, and then he runs out of bounds to stop the clock inside the 40, down at about the 38-yard line.
Kind of funny that time Demetrius Romero came over, wound up sliding.
Garrett Collingham, who had 3 long